Good morning. It's about 4:45 a.m. on what day is today? The 9th, I think. Thursday, September 9th. And we've had a tremendous amount of rainfall over the past 36 hours. As you can hear the sump running next to me. And I'm in the basement just to document the issues with our walls, which we're trying to figure out right now. So, first of all, as you can hear, the sump is running well, doing its job. The footers, not the footers, but the drain pipes are capturing all the water from underneath the foundation, flowing it over to the sump. The sump pump is running and kicking it out to the ditch, and the ditch is flowing away. So that part is fine, with the exception of we're really at the mercy of this one pump functioning. We do have a backup battery, but what we really need also probably is a second pump physically in there in case the other pump fails, and we can turn the second pump on to pump things out. More importantly, I'm down here to show the moisture of the footers of superior walls. So, a couple of things. One, when I look down here, these footers are meant to have concrete, non-sealed areas so water can flow out to those drain pipes over there, back to the sump and get pumped out if water got in the basement. The flaw in that theory, of course, is that if the water pressure builds up around these edges, then water clearly seeps in through these things as well, and hopefully not to a level that flows over that little lip and edge, but then this stays permanently damp. So right now, I'm going to count up the footers that have moisture. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That one's dry. There's some moisture here. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. This one is sealed. We asked them to seal it because we had moisture in it before. 11, 12, 13, 14. And as we get up here by the door is looking pretty good, but there's even moisture in this crack right at the edge of the door. Then when you go back here, we got still some moisture. They sealed this up and it's doing a little bit better, but we're at like 15, 16. Then they sealed these up last time. So there's so far at least 16 footer areas that have moisture. Too much crap over here, but I kind of looked and it looked pretty dry earlier, so I won't get back there. But as we continue around this corner, here's where the problem comes. There's moisture in these, which is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then you see here that the water has come out onto the floor. Now, just to show you, it's not coming up out of this area. This is actually just damp. So the water had flown from some other area into these areas. These are all dry or damp, but not standing water in any of them. So this water that's on the floor flowed in, and let's see, so it flowed over to all of these and dampened all of these, and I think this is where the footers worked, where it flowed over and they're flowing out underneath the cement. So that's a positive, I guess, but the problem is here, where you get over to this footer, and just a few minutes ago there was standing water in here that was high enough, and now it's going down. So I think this is our problem here, right by the pit. That footer, there was about half an inch to an eighth of an inch of standing water, and I believe what happened is that this filled up and then just flowed all the way across the floor to those things and then flowed out correctly. But obviously we can't have it filling up here and flowing into the house in the first place. So we got to get this resolved. Anyway, the good news is that there's not a lot of water, but the bad news is that there's water, clearly, standing here on the floor And I promise you this is not cat pee, since we've had the cat in the garage for the past 2 days. And also, if I went around the rest of the basement, there's probably another 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 footers, and then too much crap, but I'm sure that there's footers back here with moisture too. So we're probably up to a total of 25, 30 places where the footers are getting damp by ground moisture coming up through them. So it's working in reverse, and we obviously need to do something about this, because the pressure is not, the water pressure here is not going to the drains underneath the floor and flowing to the sump. It's forcing up through the floor and coming into the basement, and that's just bad, and we gotta get that fixed.